Hello, in this brief video we will go through the disassembly and reassembly of the Viking VMAX blast wheel, beginning from the feed spout, working through the control cage and faceplate, finally the blade replacement. From there we'll identify the perimeter liners and how to change out perimeter liners. Tools required for the rebuild will be a 3/4 inch end wrench and ratchet with socket, 9/16 end wrench, hammer, and a 5/8 hex head drive. First step, we'll be removing the top plate. To access the top, we'll use a 3/4 inch either end wrench or ratchet. I'm going to loosen bolts and flip the top open. This gains us access to the top lid, where we can remove the top curved liner. Top curved liner, as you see, will fit in adjoining liners by way of rabbet joint. Our feed spout will be removed next. I've loosened the hardware on the faceplate. It will remove, once we remove the center bolt, impeller, hex drive, 5/8 hex drive, gains access to a center bolt that goes into the blast wheel shaft. We'll loosen. Now I have the impeller and the impeller bolt. This is a common replacement item as well. From here, I've already loosened my faceplate. I can rotate, pull that off. As I see now, I've got access to my control cage. Control cage, another common consumable. And now I see my blade set. My blade set is held in place by a centering plate. That centering plate will be shot bound. When you go to loosen that, you will take a hammer and a punch and drive around the perimeter till that becomes free and loose, at what point it'll remove by hand. As the centering plate is shot bound, so will be your blades. You'll use a hammer to tap on the blade to remove the blade through the center of the wheel. There are 8 blades in the assembly. Each blade will be driven out. Your blade slot will be cleaned out. You'll want to blow or scrape that out before you set in the new blade set. The new blade set goes in just the same way. It is a dovetail slot. You'll find that dovetail slot. You'll feed your blade back up into place. You'll follow it up with a centering plate. You'll see the centering plate has 2 receiving notches that correspond with 2 pins on the flywheel of the blast wheel. You'll match those into position, rotate it, and you will feel it snap into place. Once my centering plate is back into position, I will grab my faceplate, including my new control cage that's in place, bring that to the front of the blast wheel housing, rotate it into position, find my receiving holes, and lock it into place. Now I have access to my impeller bolt. It's going to go back in, and you will see on the back side of the impeller 2 tanges that will fit into receivers, 2 tanges that will fit into the receiver of that centering plate. I'll find that position till it rotates in, and I'll feel it set. Once we have our impeller in position, we'll return the centering bolt in. We'll tighten it with our 5/8 inch hex drive. I've got 1/2 inch drive ratchet. I will set that tight. I'll turn that to 40 foot-pounds to secure that. That bolt holds in our impeller, our control cage, our centering plate, and our flywheel to the motor shaft. Once I've got that in position, I'll finish with my feed spout, going back where we've got it, set it against the gasket, replace the hardware. And retighten. Now that I've got everything in position, I'll tighten my faceplate. Our consumables are replaced. Frequent inspection and changing out of the blast wheel perimeter liners on the VMAX blast wheel are also vitally important. The perimeter fed liners can be accessed by removing the hardware to release the top cover of the blast wheel housing. Now open, we can access and remove the top curve liner. You see the way the liners are manufactured. They have a rabbet joint that engage one liner to the next. Straight liner removed. Now we have access to the side liner. I've got external hardware on the housing that I'll remove. Gains access to the straight side liner. The straight side liner and top curve liner, as you see, fit together. As such, the straight side liner is symmetrical on the blast wheel. It is interchangeable for either side. As a wheel runs in one direction, the direction of throw will be the direction of primary wear on that straight side liner. Straight side liners, again, are interchangeable. You can replace one at a time in changing out the one that is most worn. Replacing the liners is just the reverse of removal. Straight side liner put in position. I'll tighten my external hardware on the housing, securing it into place. Followed by the top curve liner. And finally closing the housing, replacing the hardware. Thank you.